Hey folks, Pirate Tiger here, playing Contradiction. This is it. This is the last episode. I don't care how long it takes. We are going to finish this game. We are at 93% progress. It is midnight. We have to find our suspect, like now, like right now. We've got to piece it all together. And what have we just learned? Kate was a prime candidate, not prime suspect, prime candidate. One of these. She was being offered £500 by, or she was going to be offered £500 by Ryan Rand to keep her on the course because she was thinking of leaving. If I'm a little incentive because he'd heard Kate wanted to leave Atlas. I wonder why that is. Now, I haven't asked. Where was it? Where did he say about the testing and everything? Because he spilled so many beans there. Prime candidate wasn't the £500 check. It was. Was it the aptitude test? I don't think so, because Ryan doesn't really talk about that. He told us about it in the first place. Wasn't auto-hypnosis. Freedom phrase, was that it? No, it wasn't. Oh, where was it? Fine, whatever. Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about. But Kate is our prime candidate. So, he asked Simon to test Kate. Isn't that interesting? I feel like we need to have a quick word with Simon about this. Also, I want to arrest Kyle just for being a prick. And his mate, whoever that is. We'll just swing by him.
A few more questions, please.
What can you tell me about Kate being a prime candidate?
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, Kate.
Pliable.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No, she never talked about Atlas.
She never talked about Atlas? Really? I'm not sure that I believe you about that, but... I mean... Really? Let's have a quick... you're guilty about Liam, but not about Kate. I'm just scanning through these quickly, looking for Kate's name in anything. Kate used auto-hypnosis as self-meditation. You knew that. But apparently you didn't really make the connection. Okay. Doll burning ceremony. You've heard about it, but presumably through Simon. Third eye, no. Salvia, no. Freedom phrase, no. Liam's death, no. Nope. You knew Kate had bought a mirror, but nope. Atlas advertising poster. You went with Simon, not with Kate. Okay. Don't know anything about the mask. Kate's argument. I mean, you did have an argument with Kate. I mean, this is... It's not strictly talking about Atlas, is it? Didn't discuss the Atlas course. It's more about Ryan, so... fine. You kind of get off on that one, but... still not entirely happy about this. Freedom necklace. No. And... finally, Kate Lyne's death. Didn't see Kate very often last saw her. Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. We'll go and talk to Simon.
Probably be back later.
Prime candidacy. Or lack thereof. So, Simon. What have you got to say about this?
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered.
Uh-huh.
I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest.
Was.
It's just not really prime candidate material.
I mean, she's a bit flaky now because she's been dead for a week, but didn't think Kate could be prime candidate. And you told me about prime candidates in the first place, but you didn't really socialise with her outside of college, except for, you know, pushing her into the mirror room. You'd been asked to test Kate, though, hadn't you? Huh? 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 No. Alright. And you don't know anything about the check. Fine.
That's it for the time being.
We've
Thank
got
you.
plenty of other people to speak to. I think since the last big revelation was from Ryan, we're going to head down the road to... I mean, it's past midnight. Is there ever going to be anything here? Was the village hall there entirely for us to find a flipping key outside of it, which isn't even a sensible place for it to be? I don't know. What can you do? Let's have a word with Rebecca about Kate. Ding ding.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
You don't know anything about the check, but what do you know about?
Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
Well, okay then. Fine.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Thanks for nothing. Just quickly check the restaurant. No, so the restaurant was a one-shot location as well, along with the end of West Street. The old witch's hut. Oh, damn, I didn't mean to go behind. Sorry. Yeah, no, we'll go back. I'm done there, thanks. Now I've raided your car for evidence, which is now virtually inadmissible. Okay, Paul Rand.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Just a few. We've not even spoken about the check yet.
Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea.
Don't lie to me.
Where did you find it?
Just outside.
Better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Blondes? Blondes? Don't think so, mate. There's nothing remotely blonde about her. What? Have we met a single blonde in this whole game? Wait, was it Simon? I don't think it was somehow, but... Huh.
Was Kate a prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
What?
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours.
What about Kyle?
He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
I don't give a toss who you trust. You're the most sketchy git in this whole damn village. Students are not encouraged to hurt each other. They don't use threshold testing. Leaders don't get involved in testing students, huh? So, that check... Ugh. If I could have these two people in the same room, they'd tear each other apart, I'm telling you now. Him and Ryan. Kate was being tested for prime candidates. They're the best students, and Atlas receives a kickback. Okay. Not that you get involved. Students are not encouraged to hurt each other. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Okay, let's step back through his conversation. Yeah, nothing really there. Wait, didn't you... I mean... We're not going to count the aptitude test, because that's not really a test of the course. But, what about your theft stunt? I mean, come on. Oh, fine. Fine. I mean, that was a pretty clear test, but never mind. Suspected Kate of trying to play him. Whatever. Didn't try to date her, but she tried to flirt with you. You're so full of just stuff and nonsense. It's not possible to force students to be hypnotised unless you give them opiates. Yeah, okay, fine. Fine. Whatever. Nothing about the drugs. No place for guilt in business, though. Students encouraged to free themselves from guilt. Yes. Don't use threshold testing. I mean, you're not really properly explained what that is. But that CD from the... it had something called threshold testing, like track 2 or whatever, wasn't it? And the CD in the mirror room. I'm sure it said something about threshold testing. Yes!
You say you don't endorse threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul. Because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly
Well, the first 3
mentions
seconds of each
threshold
track.
testing. You keep batting this away, Paul. We don't really use hypnosis. The students aren't really tested, but I am this close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students, and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul, when you put students under that much pressure?
She was
Yeah.
a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
But if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand.
Well,
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
yeah, what the hell?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else,
Slaves.
is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look for is people with ambition, no ethics, push, greed is good.
Sociopaths.
All right? We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is.
You mentioned Darwin,
There's no
yeah.
high purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow, except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
Blondes. Murder. Opiates.
You're gonna have to excuse me,
Uh,
Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
Yeah, and it's after midnight. But seriously. What?
I'll see myself out.
Still a very nice door, by the way. White oak, is it?
Lovely man, your father.
Shut the gate on your way out.
What gate? Doesn't it look like Richard O'Brien? Well, a younger Richard O'Brien. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. This is full on Miss Marple, isn't it?
He's doing his level best to shut this place down.
Well, yeah.
Get rid of him. He's a policeman. We can't just... You saw this, Ryan. You man up and you sort it. Tonight.
They do look quite similar, don't they? I could genuinely believe they're father and son. I can't genuinely believe that Ryan is married to Rebecca. I mean, look at him. Well. Oh, that gate.
That
Midnight.
doesn't sound good. Two totally morally bankrupt men are plotting to get rid of
said
me.
it.
It's midnight. I don't have any backup and I don't even have a mobile phone. This is potentially quite bad. What's Kyle got to do with it? I think I might make my way over to Atlas while Ryan isn't there. Maybe lock myself in.
Wow. So, yeah. Quite. But we've still not really uncovered it. I mean, this Kyle chap, obviously a bit of a raging prick, but, I mean, there's no evidence that he's actually directly involved. He's just sort of shown us indirectly. Wait a second, why did Ryan have the key fob to what's-his-face Rand's car? Why did he have the keys to the car and he'd left the car back at the house? Like, and walked up to the woods with his poor, dumb, fat friend to stab him in the hand with skewers? What has Kyle got to do with any of this? I mean, he's hardly prime candidate material, and surely his friend isn't either, because his friend's a bit of an idiot, but... And he can't keep his cool. I mean, alright, he had just been stabbed through the hand with a skewer, but... You know, then he threatened to lamp a policeman, which, frankly, is not prime candidate thinking. You need to be a bit smarter than that. I don't get what's going on with this Kyle fella. Now... No, firstly, we're just going to quickly pop in on James and potentially also, what's her face, Lisa Blint? I just want to make sure we're not
A few more
missing
questions,
anything.
if you don't mind.
You don't care about any of
That's
that.
all for
Fine.
the moment. Thank you.
Fine. Whatever. You're useless to me. Useless. You're here? We'll just quick travel to the end. No. Now he's saying, I haven't got a mobile phone, I haven't got backup. We could call the chief. So if there's like an endgame state where we could actually lose, say because we didn't call him backup, that would be horrible. So I'm going to save scum just a little. 96%! We're so nearly there! Oh, yeah. Bit of save scumming. And then we're going to walk. We're going to trudge our way up. All the way through all the conversations to Atlas on the Rosenbaum estate.
A couple more questions. If
I'm
that's
not
okay.
leaving a stone unturned on the way, though. No, you don't care about
Be
that.
back
Fine.
later on, if that's okay.
I'm going to check everything on the way, because this feels like... Yeah. This feels like we are finally making our ultimate approach to the conclusion of Contradiction. Let's go up Woods Lane. You two. Emma?
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Emma, you're alright. I don't think you're responsible for anyone's death. And
Okay,
frankly,
that's it for now.
you need to leave
Thank you.
Simon because he's an idiot and a sap and is actively trying to demolish his own moral compass. And,
Thank you. Probably be back later.
And he makes terrible homebrew. So frankly, you need to just move on, find a better place to get on with your life. We're going to go up to... Well, let's check the lake here. No, nothing there. That's just where we found a guy drinking himself into oblivion who told us something important. Can't even remember what. This may be the last time we see the lake. Do you know what? We still have the driving license. We've had that right from the start of the game. We haven't used it once. Not once. Damn it. I should have checked behind the pub. I forgot. It's alright. We'll be back here in a moment. Yeah, nothing there. The tape! The tape! The damn tape! That's the first real clue that we spotted. And it's been worthless to us. Can we still use the torch? Anything new? No, fine. Nothing there. So, where have we got to? Here. We'd already checked the jetty, the beautiful lake, with its very strong moonlighting. Ooh! this was the drunk, wasn't it? Oh my god! It's a ritual! It's a satanic ritual! I can't believe it!
Prove to me that you're man enough to do this, Kyle.
Ryan,
and then
Kyle.
You can deal with that ridiculous police inspector.
Seriously, who is that?
What is this? What the hell? Scotland Yard. Not hell. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, Inspector. What are you doing?
Inspecting. So, come on. Let's have it.
I don't think.
Well, rather than the explanation, do you want to take the knife off him?
The best thing that you can do is turn around, go away, and leave us to it.
Oh, for real?
What? That knife gives me a perfect right to stick my nose in, investigate, and interfere.
This is all part of the Atlas course. It's a physical endurance exercise.
What, being stabbed? Still illegal.
The knife, Kyle.
Kyle.
Who is that?
Drop it!
It doesn't look like Emma to me.
Drop it.
Pretty sure it's not Rebecca.
Not looking 100% brilliant for you, Ryan.
Well, please, Inspector, you've poked your nose into Atlas's affairs enough times to know that imaginative flair is part of the course's success.
What?
Our lessons are reinforced.
Who is this?
By a unique emotional experience.
Is this one of the young
Terror?
drum circle members?
It's an extremely evocative tool.
Well, it's a good job you're not in charge of the national curriculum.
This would
Now,
be
look,
illegal
Inspector,
anywhere.
I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're thinking. But believe me, Atlas had nothing to do with the deaths of those people.
Eyewitness account of a satanic sacrifice in the woods. That's not what we call circumstantial evidence, Ryan.
Simon. Now, I saw Simon walking home with Kate last Friday after the meeting. Now, Simon had some strange idea that he was in the running to become prime candidate. Well, a knob of butter has more chance of becoming prime minister. Oh, wait.
So are you telling me that...
Simon killed her? Well, it seems reasonable. It's likely, isn't it?
Any more likely than you, Ryan?
Yeah, do you want to get her away from this
Pig!
horrifying scenario? Go fuck yourself, Kyle.
I know. Police brutality.
Wonderful Dolby work there. Nice little sound effect. Meat on meat.
You okay?
So we're never going to find out who that was. Whatever. Seriously, what the fuck? What the fuck? This, I mean, this is the time we should be calling a close to this, but I'm not. I am finishing this damn game. This episode. This ends now. We're at 96% still. Okay, fine. Whatever. What the hell was that? At the very least, he should have gotten her mask off, found out who she was. He should have arrested Kyle for, I guess that would be assault at the very least. I mean, he had a penknife to a damn throat and was being egged on to do her in by Ryan. Those two are both quite definitely due some serious jail time. At the very least, a criminal record. What the flying fuck? I don't even know. I don't even know. What did we just learn, by the way? Ryan's accusation. Ryan claimed that he saw Simon walking Kate home last Friday night. Do you know what? Screw the Atlas Foundation. We're going to talk to Simon. A word, Blondie, if you please. Is this just because Ryan's got a weakness for blondes? That he's, you know...
Ask you a couple more things, please.
He's, like, Simon gives him uncomfortable feelings that he doesn't know how to deal with, and it makes him angry, and so he's lashing out at Simon by accusing him. I don't know, just throwing it out there.
What would you say if I said it's been suggested that you were seen walking home with Kate after Atlas last Friday?
What? By who?
The same person who suggested that you wanted Kate out of the picture because you found out she was in the running to be prime candidate.
Who said that?
Just a question.
I didn't think I was in the running. It was Ryan, wasn't it?
I am in no position to say.
It was Ryan.
Simon, calm down.
No, I can prove it.
Please do.
Kate's driving license, give it to me.
Why?
Kate's driving license, please. See that pattern on the tape there? Let me show you something. See this pattern? Now look at that. It's the same pattern.
Uh-huh.
This has come from the same roll of tape as this.
So?
So there's only one person who's tape like that. Ryan. He gave me this piece of tape when I was in his office once. Why has Kate's driving license got a piece of Ryan's tape on it?
I have no idea, Simon.
Where did you find it?
Oh, by the lake.
But it's obvious, isn't it? Ryan was testing her. He was doing a boundary test to see how much she would do, how far she would go to be a prime candidate. But it all went wrong. Okay. It's one of the things we do at the course, right? You give something that's important to you to someone else, then they go and hide it somewhere. It's to teach you to not be bothered when you lose something that's important to you, all right? Kate gives her driving license to Ryan. Ryan goes and hides it somewhere down the lake. Kate finds out. She goes down looking for it, probably drunk.
And on
And she
morphine
falls in.
that you gave her.
I'm afraid I find that a bit far-fetched,
Yeah.
Simon.
It makes perfect sense if you know anything at all about how Atlas
But
works.
Simon, if you got the tape from Ryan, Kate could have got it from him.
He told me he doesn't lend it out.
He lent it to you.
But I didn't kill her. Do a lab test on the card. His DNA will be all over it.
And what if yours is all over it?
It won't be. I didn't kill her. I'm sorry. Just give me a minute. I need some painkillers.
Well, what sort of painkillers? Whoa! Oh, he's done a runner. What? By the way, it's not a big deal if you lose your driving license in the UK. It takes you like 3 weeks to get a replacement.
Where did he go in such a hurry? Is he trying to act as suspiciously as possible?
You think? Second thing, the tape. Okay, so he spotted the... he's like, oh, give me the driving license. I'll show you. I'll prove it. So he'd already spotted that the tape was on the driving license. Like, I wasn't showing it to him at the time. He already knew it was there, and he knew it was tape from Ryan's personal stash or whatever. Didn't think to mention that earlier, did he? I bloody showed it to him. Right at the start of the game. And he didn't bother saying anything. But he spotted the tape, and clearly he noticed, because he remembered it long enough. He remembered it clearly enough that he was able to bring it out at the critical moment to go, look, see, couldn't have been me, Gov. What an idiot. If you're innocent, why didn't you just tell me that at the start and go, I recognise that tape, though? That would have saved a lot of bother. Oh, you jerk. So where are we now? We're at this junction, I think. If it's alright with you, I'm just going to go back and talk to Emma quickly. Oh, damn it, went the wrong way. Back to the junction, and then towards Lane. Yep, he's gone.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Did Simon mention walking home with anyone after the meeting last Friday?
No, he just came home. Why?
He didn't mention walking home with Kate.
No, definitely not.
If you could tell me what time that was, it would really help.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Maybe. I don't think I will, actually. I think I'm done with you, lady. I think we are sorted. I mean, I could go and speak to other people about the accusation, but it's really not... I don't care. I'm going to go and check the lake. Not there, but the jetty. Into the woods, onto the jetty. Same old, same old. Still a beautiful midnight moon there. Up to Atlas via the clearing, because God knows we've uncovered some random shit in here in the past. And finally on towards Atlas. Here we go, folks. Here we...
Damn.
Bastard!
I suppose it was too much to hope that Ryan had left the place open.
It was open up till midnight. What's changed? God damn it. Back down to the woods. Alright, fine. Let's, Oh, we could check the village hall. No, village hall, it turns out, is entirely useless to us. What a wasted venue. I want to look behind the pub because we saw the tape there, for crying out loud, which was in Ryan's personal stash, so it wasn't Rebecca who taped up the window, but Ryan. Don't know what the hell that's supposed to be about. It's just a utterly bizarre red herring. If it isn't a red herring, then it proves that Ryan knew about the window and taped it up himself, and that Rebecca has been lying for him all this time. But why would she? Unless she's in cahoots, and if she's in cahoots, I mean, who isn't? Who isn't involved in this flipping conspiracy? I am loving this game, but my god, the writing is sloppy. No, he's not gone for a meal. Okay, so maybe he's gone to Rebecca for some painkillers. Who knows? Anything could have happened. God.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Ryan's accusation. You don't know anything about that.
That's all
Fine.
for the moment, thank you.
Showdown at... what's the name of that? Brandon House? Looks like it's going to be. Still haven't called the chief yet. Going to check behind, because you never know. Nope. Maybe they've gone all the way down to Lisa's house. Because I'm running out of options here. Could always check Abbey Farm. James, you got any involvement in all this nonsense? I'm going to check your greenhouses, whether you like it or not. Sorry, buddy, but this is it. This is for all the beans now. It's past midnight. It's past time that I called in with some kind of accusation. I don't know where you guys are with respect to this story. What you think's going on? Personally, I don't think Simon is culpable. I think he's an idiot, but I don't think he's actually guilty. I think he feels extremely bad about the fact that he gave Kate morphine. Well, he says it's a few months ago when they did the whole, meditation room morphine thing. Blah blah blah. He says he said he'd gone to get painkillers, which is obviously bullshit. It just happens to be, thematically coincidental. I think he was responsible for giving Kate morphine. I think that was the reason that Kate drowned, and so he's panicked and he's done a runner. But I think Kate drowned because she was pushed by Ryan. And when I say pushed, I don't know if I mean that literally or metaphorically. But this thing about the driving license, something's not right about that. Something's not right. It's a bit iffy. It's possible Simon is a lot more of a dick than he's letting on, and he's actually responsible for the whole thing. At least this particular case. But certainly...
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
The atmosphere, the culture of this whole situation has been... Oh, the patent sticky tape. Oh, I need to speak to Rebecca about that. That's what I need to do. Fine, we'll get to that in a second.
Do you know how well Simon knew Kate?
Really?
Did you ever see them together?
So why do you think he killed her?
I've no idea.
Well, I've got some
Do
idea.
you think he'd be capable of that?
Do you think we're all capable of it?
Oh, don't be
No,
glib.
I don't.
Sure. So you've never been in your police car responding to an incident?
I'm a detective
Driven
inspector,
past school at high speed?
not a constable.
Don't know. Maybe.
Well, you've
Oh.
answered your own question then. When you've got a need and things get in your way, it's human nature to either ignore them or get rid of
I
them
hate you so much, James.
any way you can.
Oh, aren't we all the
That's all
monster
murder
deep
is,
down?
isn't
Shut up, James.
Maybe you're right.
Just shut up. God, you're annoying. Everyone's capable of murder.
Ever seen tape like this anywhere before?
No.
You didn't even look. You didn't even look.
Be back later on, if that's okay?
I hate you the most, James. No, that's not true. I hate Paul the most because he's frankly horrifying and creepy and lecherous and corrupt and amoral and cruel and egomanic, megalomanic prick who, you know, needs to be drowned in morphine. But, well, drowned in boiling dog's piss, frankly, I don't care. But, you know, I hate him because he's the villain. He's quite clearly a very bad man. Ryan is he's more like the sergeant. He's an idiot. He's an inept villain. But he's not like the big bad. He's part of the big bad. He's part of the conspiracy. But he's frankly a tool. If I go behind the pub, can I use the tape? Or no, because it's green, isn't it? It's not. Oh! No, okay. Can't use it here. But I know that's what it is. I know it! Okay, so we're going to have words with Rebecca about this. This is the only thing we've got left. We've got to speak to Rebecca about this tape. Which is fine. But yeah, the character that I find the most unpleasant and objectionable has to be James. Because he's just no help at all. He's full of himself. It's like, aren't we all capable of murder though? Really? Listen, I'm conducting an investigation into a young woman's death, not a week ago. You're the conspiracy theorist. Do you not want to help me out here instead of being the smug little arsehole about it? And by the way, opium and, you know, your herbal teas and all the rest of it, I've got quite enough to bring you in under suspicion and at least give you a record. So maybe you could help me out here, buddy. Oh,
Questions, please.
everyone in this village is rubbish. Except, honestly, Emma. She'd been a bit more sensible. She'd have got out of this town sooner, but, you know, she's not actually an arse.
Have you seen patterned tape like this anywhere before?
Oh, Ryan's got some. I know, because I borrowed it.
When was that?
A couple of months ago?
Have you still got it?
Last week.
I don't think so. I haven't seen it since then.
You used it last week. It's on the fucking window! Excuse me. No, do you know what? I'm gonna... Where's the argument? Broken pub window. Taped it. That's what I thought! That's what I thought!
You last saw that sticky tape 2 months ago. Is that correct?
Yes.
So how come you used it last week to tape over the broken window outside? That's the same tape.
What?
Well, I must have been mistaken.
What are you hiding?
You see, the reason I'm asking is that it's exactly the same tape that was found attached to Kate's driving license, found at the scene. The tape that only Ryan has. Ryan, and of course, you.
So what are you saying?
Who's got the tape now? Do you know where it is?
No. No, I don't know where it is. Why are you asking me about this tape?
You seem nervous, Rebecca. Is there a problem?
Well, you're practically accusing me of having something to do with that woman's murder,
Well, you
aren't
did.
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Rebecca. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me.
No, I wouldn't like to tell you anything.
Okay, well, that's fine. Obviously, we'll be swabbing everyone in the area for DNA, so if anything comes up on Kate's license, DNA traces.
What'll come up? Nothing will come up. Right, I've had enough. I've got to get back.
Rebecca!
Still midnight, apparently.
Would you like to explain to me exactly what is going on?
Which bit? The fact that some leggy bitch was trying to steal my husband?
Oh, here we go.
I think you had better tell me what you know, Rebecca.
Okay. You want to know what I know?
Yep.
Kate Vine seduced my husband and was going to blackmail him. Not only did she sleep with him, that whore did it just for his money. Our money.
That was Emma.
How did you work that out?
I heard her. I knew it was her arguing with Emma Bowman. Emma was trying to talk her out of it.
And how did she come to be at the lake?
She dropped that driving license thing when she came in. She was drunk. She dropped her bag. I took it out to the woods and stuck it over the lake. Then I waited for her.
What?
When she came out, I told her where it was, that someone had just run off into the woods with it.
You led her to the lake.
She was reaching out over the lake to get it.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I didn't do anything. She just fell in.
But you let her drown.
It was dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't help her.
Really? Did you try, Rebecca?
Well, it was too late. She was just flapping about in the water. It was pathetic. She was making these gurgling sounds.
Well, yeah, she was
And
drowning.
what did you do?
I got a big stick. I just pushed her down with it until she stopped.
Well, that's murder then.
Well, she was dead anyway. What did it matter?
Oh my god!
You killed her.
Oh my god!
Rebecca.
She slept with my husband.
She didn't, Rebecca.
What do you mean?
You got the wrong girl.
Oh, shit.
Emma.
Uh-huh.
It was Emma.
Rebecca Rand, I am arresting you for the murder of Kate Vine. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be taken down and will be used in evidence against you.
What a massive fucking anticlimax.
Yes.
So, it
What?
appears that Kate Vine's death was a tragic case of mistaken identity.
Isn't
But
it
there are
always?
some loose threads here. What was Ryan doing with Kyle and that girl in the woods? What if I hadn't interrupted? And what really happened to Liam last year? It seems I've only scratched the surface of Atlas and the Rand business empire. Trying to find out about Paul Rand's past is like peering into dense fog. He gives nothing away
I think you
and
give him
covers
too
his
much
tracks
credit.
with military efficiency. However, what is known is that Paul Rand has a lot of connections in high places. Politicians, celebrities, business leaders.
Satanism.
Perhaps James Wilson's ideas weren't too wide of the mark
Oh
after
my
all.
god.
I get the feeling there's still a lot more to learn about the Rand business empire.
Oh my
You'll
god.
have to excuse us. Atlas is closed for the moment, but we'll be open again very soon.
Under a new pseudonym.
Thank you for your interest.
What a massive shonky clusterfuck of red herrings that was. Wow. Just wow. And where did blondes come into it? None of them were blonde. None of them. What the hell was Paul talking about? The necklace was apparently virtually meaningless. The clue that cracked the whole thing, we figured out right from the fucking start. This bit of random weird pattern tape was on the driving license that we had before the game even started. We arrived in the village with the driving license, with the tape on it. The first clue we spot is a bit of tape. The same tape on the broken window from that flipping argument. And that was apparently the clue that forced the confession out of stupid what's-her-face Rebecca Rand, the jealous wife. Turns out it was the jealous wife all along in a case of mistaken identity. I enjoyed playing this game, but I'm deeply dissatisfied with the writing. I'm gonna go back through the credits at some point and find out who wrote this. I want to have words with them. Just like this entire thing about the cult and the business stuff and the selling business executive slave type people and what was that? What was that? Oh Jesus! Oh God, no! Yeah, thank you. All of the achievements there completed with no cheats. I thank you very much. An experimental independent game made on a tiny budget. Please leave a review if you liked it and make yourself heard. Your support is vital if you want to raise funding for a sequel. I'll be honest, guys. And I know this is I'm a sucker for saying it. I want a sequel to this game. I'm not satisfied. I must have a sequel. I must know what happens. I want to take down the Atlas Corporation and the Rands because they're a bunch of rampant, amoral, sociopathic, megalomaniac pricks, and every one of them needs to go down. They are clearly damaging a lot of young people permanently, and it needs to be stopped. But this whole murder investigation, it turns out, was entirely incidental. Simon legged it, and we never actually got to see him again, so what the hell was that about? What was he doing? What was he even doing? Where did Simon go? This feels like we woke up and it was all a dream territory. What the hell happened to Simon? We already know that he gave the what's-her-face morphine. We know that there was morphine that what's-his-face was making opiates from poppy, or we strongly suspect. I mean, he makes his own opium tea, according to Simon. And not that we can really believe anything Simon says, but I mean, he was the most pathetic sap of the lot. And what was his game? What was he trying to achieve? Apparently, he didn't go with her to the lake. He had no involvement. So why the hell did he leg it? I don't know. And where did he go? Where did he run off to? I mean, it's not like he can drive away. He hasn't got his license, ironically enough. Not that we've even seen his car. What else? God. The acting, oh my word. Okay, so Paul Rand, I think I might actually recognise him as an actor. He strikes me as a British crime drama actor type person, something out of Midsummer Murders or Jonathan Creek or one of these. I could be wrong, but he does seem vaguely familiar. The rest of them, not so much. So his acting was probably the most... the juiciest when it comes down to character acting. It's definitely the sort that you would see on that sort of show. Emma, I've said it a couple of times, did a damn fine job with her acting. Honestly, the scene where she broke down, I mean, you can't pin that on the script, because the script has been okay, but nothing stellar. I mean, mostly the story's fault, really. But she acted the hell out of that scene. I was convinced, Suspension of disbelief was not a trial. It was not difficult to maintain when she lost it. So, yeah, good job, Emma. Simon's acting was fine, I guess. Rebecca, it was fine, but even when she... Like, the final scene where she admitted to what she'd done and, didn't apparently have much remorse. Not that she'd ever been on the Atlas course. I guess sociopaths attract sociopaths. But then she was trying to act like, oh my god, I got the wrong woman, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not like she was dead anyway. I just held her down with a stick until she stopped struggling. What the hell? Her character is a complete mess. It makes no sense whatsoever. And it's not surprising that she didn't know how to act it properly, but, could have done a lot better. Ryan Rand was, well, he was a ridiculous, excessive character anyway, so not difficult to act it the way that he did. It's hard to see how else he could have done it. He was a bit outlandish, and the bit where he chucked his drink out of the tumbler during his explosive denial was pretty hilarious, I thought. And Detective Inspector Jenks, Frederick Hamface Jenks. I like your style. Something cross between Richard O'Brien and Terry Pratchett. You're pretty cool. You look nothing like a detective. You look nothing like a detective. The scriptwriter needs to be dragged out and shot, and then shot up with morphine and drowned in a lake for the lines that they gave him. Like, he sounded nothing like anything you would expect a professional police force member to act. He's clearly had no training when it comes to interrogation, investigation, deduction. Dealing with people. He's just absolutely terrible. His bedside manner, or whatever you call it, was atrocious. When Emma was losing her shit, he had a smirk on his face, and he almost went, like, you could almost hear him going, "Oh, you silly thing. Oh, don't you worry your pretty head about it. I don't think you're responsible for Liam's death." That was awful. Such awful scripting there, and I don't think he did a great job of acting it either. But he was still entertaining as a character. Admittedly, as it still says on the screen, it was a very tiny budget. They could only get in what they could get in with regards to actors. I just feel like if they'd taken another week and maybe had a chat with some, writer friends about the scripting and maybe the entire bloody plot, because it could have gone any way at the end, which is a very Agatha Christie way of doing a whodunit, frankly, is where you leave so many red herrings out in the open that it could go any which way, and you've got like 2 or 3 major suspects, and then it turns out to be someone that you really didn't suspect at all, based on some tiny insignificant piece of evidence, and they suddenly break down and confess everything. Like, all she had to say to get away with it was, oh, yes, he lent me the tape last week, so I could tape up the window. But no, instead she lied about it, and then when I said, didn't you say it was a couple of months ago, but blah blah, tape here last week, and then suddenly everything comes tumbling out, and she's like, oh, god damn it, fine, I killed her, but then she was sleeping with my husband, and, like, how sure... You need to be a little more sure of it than that to go out and kill someone, surely. Like, you overheard an argument between two girls about blackmailing someone, about sleeping with... Blah, blah. You really want to get to the bottom of that. And by the way, she's stealing my husband. Like, if he slept with someone, your issue is with him, not with the person that he slept with. I mean, sure, this is just people being shit, people being people. I get it, but... Like, that's an awful plot contrivance. Awful. Do better. Do better, studio. You can do better. You need someone who's at least tried reading through tvtropes.com or whatever it is. You need someone who has watched a bunch of these English murder mysteries, yes, but has also been able to critically analyse them and spot what has worked and what hasn't, and what is tired and played out and what isn't, and what engages people and what doesn't. Because honestly, I came away from this feeling frustrated, and I'll tell you why. Is because everything that we did for the last however many episodes, 20 episodes or something, was worthless. It was completely futile, because we had the clue and the evidence that we needed to get the murderer to confess to the crime, which was apparently unrelated to everything else that was going on with this whole conspiracy and Atlas and Third Eye and brainwashing and hypnosis and drugs and all the rest of it. All of that, completely irrelevant to the case. Completely irrelevant. It was all just nonsense. The whole game was a massive red herring. And we had to come out of it at the end and go, oh, wait, no, it was just a jealous wife. Who was, typical woman, thinks her man's being stolen by a young girl who is not even into brunettes anyway, apparently. He's all about the blondes. So I've got to, so I'm going to kill her. Irrationally, rashly. It's like that. I have issues with the writing. Women basically being thrown under the bus. All just terrible stereotype characters. Mental health being thrown under the bus as well a bit, frankly. Lisa being presented as some kind of outrageous, occult obsessed fruitcake. Liam, apparently he had issues. Kate, she had issues. Alcoholism, depression, blah blah blah. Like everyone who's sort of being everyone who's got something really bad happen to them in this game seems to have had mental health problems, and everyone's willing to pin it on that, pin their erratic behaviour on that. It's like, come on, guys, do better, do better. Better representation of women, better representation of people with mental health issues, and frankly, better story arc where the player doesn't come out at the end of it feeling like they've just been taken for a stupid, pointless ride when they walked in with the clue and with the contradiction right at the start of the game. Right at the start, we knew there was something wrong because of the tape, and the tape being, like... We could have just asked that question right away and apparently solved it. And you go, well, you needed to do the groundwork to... sort of figure out what everything else that was going on, so that when you did ask the question, the time was right and you would get the answers. Well, actually, no. Because when we did ask the question, there's no reason it should have revealed anything, except that she was lying about when she was lent the tape by Ryan. I mean, who cares about that? She could have just gone, do you know what? You're right, he lent me it for that as well, I forgot. End of story, end of investigation. We'd have got nothing. We'd have been running off chasing Simon, trying to figure out why the hell he legged it. We'd have been trying to pin down Ryan and Paul and all their nonsense. We'd have, probably taken Kyle down for whatever it is that he does. I'm quite sure he commits a violent crime every other day. Just, what a big fat waste of my time! And yours. Well, I hope not. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. I enjoyed the playthrough, just not the ending. But damn it, I do want to see a sequel, because I really... For an FMV game, I enjoyed this so much more than I expected to. And if it had just been written a little more tightly and a little more sensibly, if the conclusion had made more sense, maybe I wouldn't have so much ill to say about it. And maybe I'll be really excited for the sequel. As it is, I just feel like I want the sequel because I want to see them improve on this. Let me know what you thought of it, because I've been spouting for a good solid 10 minutes now, and it's time for me to move on, and it's time for you to move on too. Who knows what we'll be playing tomorrow? I guess you'll just have to find out. I'll see you then, folks. I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Take care. Bye!